So I want to come back to the video I made on Thursday where I apologize for not pushing hard enough in covering Joe Biden over the last 4 years. The video has, and I knew this would happen, the video has become sort of a little viral in that conservatives have seized on it and said, see, the mainstream media was covering for Joe Biden. They knew all along, which is not at all what I said. So I had a little time this morning. I'm at a soccer tournament, and I thought, you know what? I want to just go through, a handful of thoughts that I have, both about the apology video and then about the reaction to it. All right, so I also wanted to take the chance to kind of reiterate what I said in that video because apparently a lot of people took it for their own purposes, which again, I knew would happen. All right, so let's start here. In no way did I or the mainstream media more broadly ignore questions about Joe Biden's health. I asked questions about his health. I assume, because I saw stories written about them, I assume my mainstream media brethren at the time asked questions about his health. My issue, because he was 78 to 82 years old, it made sense to ask questions about his health. And he wasn't in public a lot. He didn't do a lot of press conferences. He didn't do a lot of public appearances. And the public was concerned about it. A majority of the public thought he was too old. So it made sense to ask questions, and I did. What I was apologizing for, and I will continue to apologize for because I think I should have done better on this, is I shouldn't have taken he's fine. You have no evidence other than he's not doing a lot, and that's just because he doesn't like you guys, as proof that he was in fact fine. I should have pushed harder on that front. That's what I'm apologizing for. It's not that I never asked questions. I sought to cover up, not in any way, shape, or form. And that's the second point I want to make. This has zero to do with me trying to cover for Biden. In fact, I wrote and talked a lot about his ability to do this job. I remember when the Her report came out. Remember that special counsel report about Biden and Hunter Biden, and it said that Joe Biden was kind of out of it and during the interview, and that her would not recommend trying Biden because he probably wouldn't be convicted because he would be a nice old man with memory issues. That's how he would come across. I wrote all about that. I said reinforces the main problem for the Biden presidency. My issue, again, is the early part of his presidency, 2020 to 2022, I should have done better. In 2024, certainly, I was writing and talking a lot about these issues, but earlier on, I think I took he's fine for an answer too quickly. But in no way, shape, or form did this have to do with me covering up for Joe Biden. Not something I'm interested in, not something I do. What did I do wrong specifically? Thought three, this is. What did I do wrong specifically that I can do better going forward? So every time I or anyone in the media raise this idea of, is he too old? Is he up to this? What's his daily routine like? The Biden people, Biden world, not just the White House, but people around him would say, how dare you? How could you? You're age shaming him. You should see him behind closed doors. He's amazing. And you're a human being, or I'm a human being, and that has some impact on you. And I think it probably had too much impact on me that I said, all right, well, I don't want to age shame anyone. At the same time, like the public has questions about Joe Biden's age. They are worried. He is not in public as much as most of our other presidents have been. So I think I let that get to me. And that's point four. I should have stood my ground more. That's where my apology is centered. Not that there was some grand conspiracy. Not that I didn't ask questions about Joe Biden's health and write about it and analyze it and talk about it. I did. But I should have stood my ground more and said, you know what? Like, maybe you call me an ageist and maybe you're saying that he's great, but I should have asked and pushed harder and asked more questions. Again, I, of course, was not intentionally covering for Biden. And for all these people who say, anyone could see it. Okay, well, your view, most of those people are conservative partisans, but your view of saying, like, I saw Joe Biden walking and he looks old and bad, That's not the same thing as reporting journalistically on his condition. Your anecdotal view of how he looks is not the same thing as he's struggling behind the scenes. Okay. Point 5. I really do think Democrats and the Biden people in particular owe us all an explanation here. Because what we saw on June 27th, the debate between Trump and Biden, it was clear that this was not someone, certainly not someone who could serve another 4 years in office, but maybe not even someone who could stay in office for the final 6 months. Now, if you buy the best case explanation that the Biden people make is he has good days and he has bad days. Okay, and that was a bad day. Maybe, but they insisted over and over and over again that everything was fine, that there were no problems in any way, shape, or form. Well, it's now clear that there were, from loads of reporting and behind the scenes stuff, including a Wall Street Journal piece last week, a New York Times piece last week. There's been lots and lots of reporting on it. So were they lying when they said he's totally fine? When Kamala Harris was asked whether she had seen any signs of Joe Biden's decline, she said no. Was that a lie? I know Democrats don't want to relitigate this past election, but I think it's important that we figure out how this all happened so that it doesn't happen again. All right, point 6. My whole goal in making that apology video was, and I knew it would be used for partisan purposes. I've been in this long enough to know that that's the case. But my whole goal was to say, look, I have pledged to you guys to be as honest and transparent and as authentic as possible. And that's easy when you get it right. But if you do something where you didn't do everything you probably should have, I think it's important to acknowledge that. I don't really care if people are attacking me as a big Democrat or big Republican or Trump sympathizer, trying to get in good with Trump. Why didn't you say this earlier about Biden? People are going to do what they're going to do. My only commitment is to you all and to myself to make sure that I am living up to that standard of that pledge to you all of being independent, yes, but also honest and transparent. And looking back and reading everything I've read about Joe Biden and his condition, I should have done better, and I wanted to acknowledge that. All right, last thing, 7th thing. I really do believe everyone in the media, mainstream media, independent content creators, etc., benefits when they say, I didn't get this, I either got this wrong or I didn't get this totally right. And I want to explain why, and I want to acknowledge it, and I want you to know it wasn't some sort of secret agenda. I just got it wrong because I'm a human. I'm not perfect. The vast majority of mistakes that are made, including this one and me not pushing harder on the Biden health questions, are honest ones. Now, I know bad faith actors are going to draw bad faith conclusions off of probably this video too, which is fine. That's politics. But I do think the media, we have a trust issue, and the way that we heal that trust issue is to say we are imperfect, we are going to get things wrong. When we get them wrong, they are human errors, not acts of attempted cover-up or that we're in cahoots with one party or the other. And I really think we would gain a little bit of trust back if we did that. I hope that me doing this helps you trust me to know that when I screw up, I will tell you, and I will tell you why, and I will work my best not to have it happen again. And that's sort of all I can do. So that's all I got. Sunday morning, cold, my wife's birthday. But I had a little time and I wanted to share with you because I had some thoughts and I wanted to make sure that I got them out to you all. As always, I ask you to do 4 things. I ask you to subscribe to this channel. If you want independent, transparent, authentic journalism and analysis, I hope that you consider this channel. That's what I'm offering. I hope you like this video. I hope you comment on this video. My guess is a lot of you will. And I hope you I can't do my 10 friends hand gesture because I'm holding my computer, but tell 10 friends about this channel. Give an early Christmas gift to them. All right, everybody, take care of yourselves.